Why is DIN important and what is the background for it?
See, DIN stands for Document Identification Number. The relevance of this document is to authenticate the issuance of this document. When was the date when it was issued, by whom it was issued, and to inculcate the practice of transparency and accounting in the system. So what is the necessity of DIN? I may answer it like this, that it provides authenticity, it provides transparency, it also ensures that these documents are issued by correct authorities and the date matches with the proceedings, so there is a complete audit trail and hence it's an important document.
Can you explain the binding nature of circulars around this issue?
Both the indirect tax authorities and the direct tax authorities have issued circular with respect to these DIN issuance. And what the circular says is that any document, any communication which is issued by the tax authorities must have this document identification number. In fact, in one of these speeches, the Honorable Finance Minister said that if there is no such DIN number, then the document must be thrown away in dustbin, which means that this becomes a mandatory part, an important part, a part of the circular which is binding on the authorities. Also, the state authorities have started issuing these DIN numbers in a couple of states after the PIL has been filed that even the state authorities must issue these DIN numbers.
What will be the impact of revenue getting an interim stay from Supreme Court in the case of Brandix?
See, what has happened is, basis the facts and the circumstances, Supreme Court may have given an interim stay after the revenue has filed an appeal subsequent to the order of Delhi High Court in this case. The cases with respect to DIN are, today being argued all across the country, be it on the GST front, the customs front, or the direct tax front. What will happen is that, of course, at this stage, this interim order will derail some of these matters which are going in favor of the petitioners in different states. But what will ultimately happen will completely depend on the facts and circumstances of each case, how these facts are being argued, how the law is being argued, and in spite of the interim stay which has been given for a particular case by a Supreme Court, it may be possible that different courts today analyze the situation, analyze the facts, analyze the law, also analyze under what circumstances and in what nature this DIN was not mentioned. When the tax authorities are being approached by the taxpayers always have a right that why this authentication number was not mentioned. It may be a procedural lapse on the part of the government, but today the debate is whether this is a case of illegality or the case of irregularity. It appears that a lot of these cases which are pending in different courts, the petitioners in those high courts may file an interlocutory application to attach themselves with this issue which is there before the Supreme Court in case of Brandix. And what will happen in that situation is these different courts will also wait with a bated breath with respect to the order of the Supreme Court.